All Souls Unitarian Universalist Church, building community, inspiring growth, creating change. Here in the heart of Kansas City, we come together to create this hour of shared reflection so that we might be renewed in courage for these times and inspired to lives of greater dignity, higher purpose, deeper generosity, and more effective action. If you are new to Unitarian Universalism or to our congregation, we want to get to know you and share part of your journey. If this place is already your spiritual home, welcome once more. We need one another, and it is good to be together again. Because we care for one another's safety, our congregation is gathering online during this long season of coronavirus pandemic. Nevertheless, through the gifts of technology, we continue to celebrate community and connections as we lean into the values of justice, compassion, and reason. Together, we learn the love that has the power to overcome both loneliness in the heart and oppression in the world. Welcome to our service this morning. May the words and music and images that we offer today nourish our best selves, calling forth abundant wisdom and love.
Arise, our souls.
Hello, my name is Russell Feldhausen, and it is my honor to serve as the Vice President of the All Souls Board of Trustees. I'm here today to share information with you about the upcoming All Souls Annual Meeting. As required by Article 4 of our Constitution, we must hold an annual meeting of our society in May each year. This year's meeting will be held on Sunday, May 16th at 1 o'clock p.m. The meeting itself will be held online using Zoom, so you'll be able to attend that meeting using a computer, tablet, or smartphone, or you can even call in using a regular telephone. The information for joining on Zoom can be found on the main page of our website at allsoulskc.org. Just look for the Community Connection link on the homepage. We also plan to broadcast the annual meeting via YouTube on the same channel we use for our Sunday services, so you can watch the meeting there as well. Just look for the All Souls UU Church KC YouTube channel link on our website. The purpose of the annual meeting will be to adopt an annual budget and to elect incoming members of the Board of Trustees and various church committees. In addition, we will be voting on several items, including a request for a grant from the endowment, a resolution regarding gender-neutral language in church documents, and a related amendment to the Constitution and bylaws. To facilitate holding our annual meeting online, we have adopted a process to make sure every voting member is informed and able to cast a ballot. On Monday, May 3rd, an email will be sent to all certified voting members containing information about the meeting and how to cast your vote. If you do not receive this email, but believe you should have, please send an email to board@allsoulskc.org and we will look into it. Then, during or shortly after the annual meeting on May 16th, we will send a second email containing a link to a ballot form that you can fill out online. That ballot must be submitted online within 1 hour of the end of the annual meeting in order for it to count as a vote cast at that meeting. However, if you run into any technology issues or prefer not to use the online form, we will provide information during the meeting for how to cast your vote via phone. We will then tabulate the results and share them with you as soon as they are available. Here are some next steps you'll want to be aware of as we get closer to the annual meeting. First, the Board of Trustees met for their regular meeting on April 21st. During that meeting, we created and approved an agenda for the annual meeting and also passed an annual budget presented from the Finance Committee to be presented to the congregation for approval. Those documents will be shared via the church newsletter and on our website. Next, please watch for an email on May 3rd from board@allsoulskc.org containing information about the meeting. Again, if you don't receive that email and believe you should have, please contact us at board@allsoulskc.org and we'll look into it. Also, please take some time to review the presented agenda and budget and let us know if you have any questions or concerns. Finally, make sure you mark your calendars for May 16th at 1:00 p.m. for the All Souls annual meeting. We hope to see you there. We hope that this process will allow everyone to attend the annual meeting and feel that their voice is heard. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please email the board at board@allsoulskc.org or reach out to any board member. Thank you.
Good morning, and welcome to this virtual gathering of All Souls Unitarian Universalist Church of Kansas City. Today, we celebrate the role of music in our spiritual lives, as individuals and as a community. Music is a form of religion in its most literal meaning. It is something that binds us back together with our history and heritage, with our hopes and struggles and commitments, with our bodies that move and resonate to sound, with the rhythms of community in work and play, grief and rejoicing, with the common voice that we create by joining in words and song. We have not sung together as a choir or a congregation in more than a year now, and that is one of the things that we miss intensely about not meeting in person. Yet music in its various forms continues to comfort, inspire, and heal us, even in this unfamiliar online cyber environment. One of the reasons that music has been so important to sustaining our connections as a community during this pandemic separation has been the talent and dedication of Anthony Edwards, who, in the dual roles of both music director and director of worship arts, has risen with skill and dedication to the demands of this critical moment. He has helped us to embrace the technology of Zoom and YouTube video, both to gather as a community in worship every week and to carry on making music as a choir, even though we are forced to be apart. Working with Anthony has been an inspiration and a gift to me long before the COVID pandemic and more than ever during the challenges of this past year. We had worked together as usual to plan a program for this morning that would honor the work of our All Souls volunteer choir and our professional section leaders, and that would invite us all to explore the rich resources of our UU hymn books. What you are about to experience is not that service. Earlier this week, at his doctor's urging, Anthony underwent a cardiac catheterization procedure, the outcome of which was troubling. As a result, he is scheduled for open heart surgery this coming Thursday to correct severe blockage in 4 of his coronary arteries. The delicate process of video editing required to synchronize the separate recordings created by individual choir members into the several major pieces that had been planned and rehearsed for today was not possible for Anthony in the context of this news and the urgent decision-making that followed. It is beyond the current capacity of any of our other tech volunteers. The work of our choir members is preserved, and those pieces will be produced, and we will hear them in due time. I am confident that every member and friend of All Souls joins me in affirming our desire that Anthony take care of his personal well-being and give his health his full attention and priority for this moment. He has confidence in his doctors and in the community of support that surrounds him, and he looks forward to a skilled surgery and a swift recovery. Fortunately, there is a collection of Anthony's previous work for us to draw upon. Moreover, he is not the only musician offering his gifts in the context of our faith, and our virtual platform makes it easy to share these. We have assembled for this morning a series of previous performances, both here at All Souls and around the UUA, celebrating the power of music. I hope you will find in it some of the comfort and resilience that has always been a function of music, in faith and in community. Anthony, be assured that our hearts are with your heart. You are held in loving thoughts and surrounded by healing wishes. Perhaps our own children and youth choir says it best. Our message to you this morning.
I'll be your candle on the water. My love for you will always burn. I know you're lost and drifting, but the clouds are lifting. Don't give up, you have somewhere to turn. I'll be your candle on the water, till every wave is warm and bright. My soul is there beside you. Let this candle guide you. Soon you'll see a golden stream of light. A cold and friendless tide has found you. Don't let the stormy darkness pull you down. I'll paint a ray of hope around you, circling in the air, lighted by a prayer. I'll be your candle on the water. This flame inside of me will grow. Keep holding on, you'll make it. Here's my hand, so take it. Look for me, reaching out to shore, as sure as rivers flow. I'll never let you go. I'll never let you go. I'll never let you go.
We kindle our chalices this morning to share the light of love and hope, not only with Anthony and our own beloved community, but with all who suffer, who walk in the shadow of fear, or who wander among the halls of sorrow. May our lives of compassion as individuals and our welcome as a gathering of kindred souls bring comfort, healing, and new joy to any who feel lost or alone. Let this light flow out from us into the world, illuminating justice, interdependence, and more abundant life. I invite you to share in the chat where your chalice is lit this morning, along with a wish or blessing for Anthony, if you wish. Now let's join together in speaking once again our covenant promises to this community. Together we affirm, goodwill is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
And I'll bring a song of love and a rose
Shanna and Zach and Jude. And Jude is one of our newest members of our community. And so he was born what month?
June.
June. Okay, so he's coming up on 2.
Yeah.
So it's taken us a while because of COVID to get his quilt together. But especially the members of the choir,
Yes,
pitched
the
in
members of the choir.
and
so-
did
I love it.
musical theme.
Oh my gosh,
for
that makes
Jude,
so
because of course it had to be a musical theme because Shanna is our alto section leader, right? Okay, so there's the
That makes me
there's the front of the quilt, and many of the members of the choir picked out the fabrics and helped us put it together. And then,
Dude, look, they made a blanket for you.
right, this is yours. And on the other side, it's got all the animals playing musical instruments.
How did you find that? That is so great.
The elephant's playing harp.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Jude loves animals too.
Well, good. And I want to thank all the folks who worked on putting the blocks together. And that was Melanie Yackel and Sierra Yackel, and also Floyd Williams and Becky O'Connor, Joyce Emery, Margaret Drinkwine, Ginger Powers, Sue Trowbridge, Diane Cassidy, and Barbara Griggs. And then Jane Wilson was the one who put all the blocks together when they were made.
Oh wow.
And Cynthia Butcher is our quilter who put the back on and put the whole thing together. So would you like to crawl around on this for a minute?
Jude, this is your blanket. Do you want to look at it? That is so wonderful. Can you say thank you? Thank you.
You are very welcome. We hope that you have a good time with it.
Oh,
Thank
it's
you so
beautiful.
much.
Thank you so much.
For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. Oh, for each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. Oh, for each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. We are our grandmother's prayers, and we are our grandfather's dreamings, and we are the breath of our ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. We are mothers of courage, fathers of time, daughters of dust, and the sons of great visions. We're sisters of mercy, brothers of love, lovers of life, and the builders of nations. We're seekers of truth, keepers of faith, makers of peace, and the wisdom of ages. We are our grandmother's prayers. We are our grandfather's dreamings, and we are the breath of our ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. We are mothers of courage, fathers of time, daughters of dust, and the sons of great visions. We're sisters of mercy, brothers of love, lovers of life, and the builders of nations. We're seekers of truth and keepers of faith. We are makers of peace and the wisdom of ages. We are our grandmother's prayers. We are our grandfather's dreamings, and we are the breath of our ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. We are our grandmother's prayers, and we are our grandfather's dreamings. We are the breath of our ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. We are one.
Singing in a choir is magical. At least that's what I like to think. Lots of scientists think there are a multitude of documented benefits. Participation in a group sing exercises the brain and can help improve memory. It improves breathing. It actually releases neurochemicals that, among other things, can act as painkillers. It helps strengthen the immune system and a whole bunch of other physiological stuff. Singing in a choir also has enormous psychological benefits, including an enhanced sense of happiness and well-being. I can attest to that from personal experience. No matter how tired or bummed I might have been feeling, going to a choir rehearsal on Monday evening at All Souls would cheer me right up. Sadly, the pandemic has dimmed some of this magic. Choir rehearsals are now Zoom events. Anthony Edwards, our choir director, mutes all of us. By the way, he doesn't find that a completely negative feature. As a participant, I hear only Anthony's piano, Anthony's voice, and my own voice. In preparation for our services, Anthony sends out a recorded accompaniment to each of our section leaders. They record their respective parts and send them back to Anthony. He sends all the parts out to the rest of the choir. We play those recordings through an earbud plugged into one device while recording on another device. The recording each of us sends back to Anthony consists of an unaccompanied solo. For me, that has been a pretty lonely and humbling experience. None of the thrill of standing in the midst of singers with music all around. So why do we keep doing it? There is still the joy of seeing all of us in our individual boxes, but still together on a screen on Sunday morning. But more importantly, we look forward to the time in the not too distant future when we come back to sing and rejoice in person. After all, the choir is just a subset and an apt metaphor for our entire All Souls community. We are all challenged by the more difficult parts. We practice getting better, all the while cheered on by the support of others. Our brains are exercised, we grow spiritually and intellectually, and we enjoy a sense of happiness and well-being. You all know it's been harder during the pandemic, but we are all holding out for that time when our community can come back together, reinforcing the emotional and spiritual ties that brought us together as community in the first place. In the meantime, and when we come back, We want our building to be ready. We want our beloved staff to be with us, and we want the lights to come on. Please give generously this morning and always to make sure our music, our programs, and all these joys are available to us at the times we need them most. This morning's offering will be received with gratitude and joy.
Let's say together the words of dedication for our offering. We dedicate our offerings and our actions to the mission at the heart of this congregation, to build a respectful, caring community, to inspire personal and spiritual growth, and to create change toward a just and compassionate society.
We sing now together our songs of thanksgiving, rejoicing in goods which the ages have wrought. For life that enfolds us and helps and heals and holds us and leads beyond the goals which are for theirs once sought. We sing of the freedoms which martyrs and heroes have won by their labor, their sorrow,
Over the course of human history, there have been religious traditions that have sought to exclude the power of music from their gatherings and spiritual practices, precisely because it touches a place in the human experience that is beyond the reach of reason, dogma, or intentional control. The problem that has always frustrated anyone who would impose on others their own vision of cosmic reality and divine truth is that genuine reverence can never be forced. Our inner spirit responds to that which grasps and summons us, which gives our lives meaning and new possibility, which moves us to compassion and liberates us from bondage. No one can force that moment of graceful awareness to happen. No ritual can demand it. The spirit of life, as it has been said of old, blows where it chooses, and none can make it either come or depart. We can be forced to attend events or to recite words, to bow or sit or stand or kneel, but no one can make us actually worship what our own hearts do not find holy, nor can they ever stop us from the awe and joy of what we do recognize as truly sacred. We can use words and gestures, architecture and art, and perhaps most effectively of all, music, to invite each other into that space of shared praise and longing and love of the highest good. But we can only go there with our own full internal assent. We learn many vocabularies for that process in different faith traditions, many images, stories, techniques of the inner work. The one light of life's divine creativity comes to us through many different windows of spiritual practice and many different streams of devotional attention flow toward the same deep sea of compassionate wisdom, but never compelled, never without genuine consent. This is what it means to affirm that all lifted hearts are free. In that moment of authentic worship, the soul can only do what is its own true will, not what anyone else tells it to or thinks it should. The third source of our Unitarian Universalist tradition is described in our bylaws as named wisdom from the world's religions, which inspires us in our ethical and spiritual life. In the choral piece that we are about to hear, composer Jason Shelton and I sought to illustrate that ethical wisdom in a variety of faith traditions and to affirm the fundamental freedom of the human spirit to give its worship only to what is in truth ultimate and holy. All lifted hearts are free.
Many
the Talmud of the Jewish tradition, the sage Hillel said, "What is hateful to you, do not do to others." This is the whole of the law. All the rest is commentary.
In the Hindu legend of the Mahabharata, the divine Krishna declares, "This is the sum of duty. Do nothing unto others which would cause you pain if done to you."
It is written, it is taught, may it be so.
In the Gospel of Matthew and the Christian scriptures, the Messiah Jesus says, "Whatever you wish that others would do to you, do so to them."
In the Buddhist text of the Udana Varga, the student is urged, "Hurt not others in ways that you yourself find hurtful."
It is written, it is taught, may it be so.
In the Muslim hadith of An-Nawawi, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, teaches, "No one of you is a believer until he desires for his brother that which he desires for himself."
Baha'u'llah, prophet and founder of the Baha'i faith, wrote, "And if thine eyes be turned towards justice, choose thou for thy neighbor that which thou choosest for thyself."
It is written, it is taught, may it be so.
Many windows, one light, many waters, one sea. All red hearts are free.
The Ogallah Lakota spiritual leaders Black Elf wrote, "All things are our relatives. What we do to everything, we do to ourselves."
As a Sikh, I believe I am a stranger to no one and no one is a stranger to me. Indeed, I am a friend of all.
It is written, it is taught, may it be so.
A poem from the writings of Robert Frost. The aim was song. Before man came to blow it right, the wind once blew itself untaught and did its loudest day and night in any rough place where it caught. Man came to tell it what was wrong. It hadn't found the place to blow. It blew too hard. The aim was song, and listen how it ought to go. He took a little in his mouth and held it long enough for north to be converted into south, and then by measure blew it forth. By measure, it was word and note. The wind had meant to be, a little through the lips and throat. The aim was song, the wind could see. A sonnet by Edna St. Vincent Millay on hearing a symphony of Beethoven. Sweet sounds, O beautiful music, do not cease. Reject me not into the world again. With you alone is excellence and peace. Humans made plausible, our purpose plain. Enchanted in your air benign and shrewd, with limbs asprawl and empty faces pale, the spiteful and the stingy and the rude sleep, like the scullions in the fairy tale. This moment is the best the world can give, the tranquil blossom on the tortured stem. Reject me not, sweet sounds. Oh, let me live till doom espy my towers and scatter them. A city spellbound under the aging sun. Music, my rampart, and my only one.
Now let us sing to the power of the faith within. Sing to the power of the faith within. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Sing to the power of the faith within. Sing to the power of the hope within. Sing to the power of the hope within. Lift up your voice. power of the hope within us. Sing to the power of the love within us. Sing to the power of the love within us. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Sing to the power of the love within us. Sing to the power of the joy within us. Sing to the power of the joy within. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Sing to the power of the joy within.
There is a power in our voices lifted together. When we breathe in harmony, it is a conspiracy of human connection and wholeness. Music often communicates a meaning more profound than any words can say, and touches the human spirit with beauty and hope. In the music of nature, in the music that we make, in the music that we hear, may we discover ever new depths of wonder, inspiration, and peace.
Dona nobis pacem pacem. Dona nobis pacem.
Dona nobis pacem. Dona nobis pacem. Dona nobis pacem pacem. Dona nobis pacem. Dona nobis pacem pacem. Dona nobis pacem.
We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fires of commitment. For all these we carry in our minds and hearts until the time shall come when we will be together again. Thank you for being with us for this improvisation on our library of musical resources, and to wish Anthony the best possible outcome as he heads into surgery later this week. The next couple of Sundays may not be as technically smooth as we have become accustomed to, but we will gather our resources and our goodwill, and we will get through this together. Now we invite you to join in a time of informal conversation and fellowship in our Community Connection Zoom room. The link is in the chat here or on our All Souls website homepage. Don't forget to pick up your Sunday Plus meal order later this afternoon, and plan to be with us for the annual congregational meeting after the service on May 16th. If you are a fan of gardens, mark your calendar for our spring congregational garden tour, Saturday, June 5th from 10 to 2. There will be a number of host gardens to choose from. You pick your own itinerary and times. We hope to see you here again next week when we will honor the work and legacy of mothers. In the meantime, enjoy this lovely spring weather. Everyone get your vaccination. Take care, stay safe, and be well this week.